What's going on, my fellow viewers? It is time for another episode of GoldenEye with Bubba. This is episode, I believe, number 9 now, and I have 2 gameplays for you guys this week because I have a couple things I kind of want to talk about over the past few days or so. But in this gameplays, I have sniper gameplays for you along with the Ivana Spec multitask gadget on, and we're playing some team conflict, and there's a whole bunch of craziness in this video. So please feel free to stick around for the awesomeness that is just rape. So let's go ahead and get things started. I want to briefly discuss what has been happening for the past few days, and mainly one reason is that E3 has happened and is now over. So I kind of want to just talk about like my personal thoughts of this year's E3 and what I would give like my overall best conference review and such. And maybe even talk about like some of the games that I might pick up in the future. Who knows? There's a couple of games that I saw at E3 this year that were kind of interesting. I'll give you that. But let's go ahead and get started. I want to just break it down by obviously the first one, which is Microsoft, which I personally could not care less. And because Microsoft always shows out to the show all fancy and such with their Kinect status, which I really do not give a crap about Kinect. But they opened pretty strong with Halo 4, I gotta admit. Like, when I first saw Halo 4, the new trailer, I was actually pretty impressed with the way it was gonna look. And who knows, I might actually pick up that game. I've been a huge Halo fan for some time, and I've actually been thinking about like playing back some of the older Halo games, like maybe Halo Reach, or, well, I don't really have Halo Reach, I have the Anniversary, but it still feels like the Reach mechanics, but has the classic maps sort of re-graphicked and such. So who knows, I might actually get back into Halo a little bit, maybe show off a couple of gameplays of Halo 4 once that game comes out. I will just most likely be having fun with that game more often. Nothing other games from Microsoft really didn't like surprise me or anything like that. There was a couple games. There was a new Gears of War game that I really don't feel that strong. So I really am not much of a Gears of War player, but I kind of see that they're, you know, trying to create something new with. And I didn't like how they opened up with Dom. Like, they don't have the famous Marcus in the opening. Like, it just feels weird seeing Dom. Or actually, I don't know who the person is, to be honest. Like, either Dom or Marcus. I don't know. But whatever or not, it felt kind of strange from that trailer. I really didn't like it that much. I'm probably not going to get Gears of War or whatever that game is called. Other than that, I don't know if there's anything else that really surprised me much in Microsoft. Microsoft was just pretty much low to the ground on this year's conference. I didn't really like it that much. Now there was Konami, there was EA Sports, which I could give crap also. EA was just terrible, in my opinion. There was also Ubisoft this year. I actually kind of liked Ubisoft this year. There was some awesome lineups that I really feel that they're going forward with that Wii U system. Like, that's going to be their main focus, is bringing some titles into the Wii U this year. And for me personally, that's going to be great because we get an option to, you know, mess around with some third-party content, or third-party, excuse me. So I really am looking forward to some of the games, like for instance Assassin's Creed 3. My god, when they announced that for the Wii U, I was blown away. I might actually pick up Assassin's Creed and maybe mess around with it. I personally would love to give Assassin's Creed my #1 pick. And there was a couple other games. I think the new Rayman game looks pretty cool too. So I might give those a try, and I will most likely have fun with those games when the Wii U comes out. I would be enjoying that. But other than that, I think Ubisoft did a great job this year. I gotta, you know, give my props to them. So that was basically on Monday, I believe, and there was also the Sony conference as well. Sony, I wasn't sure how they were gonna handle. Nothing really much new, I don't think. Besides a couple other, I really can't remember what games they showcased, but they were kind of focusing more of that whole Potter thing or whatever. I really just don't care. It's like a storybook thing, and like it's all pretty much based off of the PS Move, and that looks pretty stupid in my opinion. I guess they're trying to teach like video gamers how to actually learn and like for reals. I don't think that's going to be like the necessary benefits of that system. So I really just don't like. I really didn't like that part of the Sony conference, and but nothing really much from the Sony. So that's basically that for. I think that was on Monday, I believe. Now on Tuesday, the Nintendo conference showed up, and from my perspective, I thought the Nintendo was gonna blow everybody away, and surprisingly, I still prefer Ubisoft. Did it really better than the other performances, but Nintendo kind of showcased a lot of the Wii U's features, and they really discussed more about some of the features of the Wii U. And I really am excited for the Wii U. Don't you worry. I will pick that game system up, and I will definitely be maybe picking up some games from the Wii U. They showcased a lot of Mario games for some reason. There was a new Super Mario Bros. U, they called it. And it's kind of cool. They bring back some of the older stuff. They brought back the Baby Yoshis. That was actually pretty fun to see. I don't think there was anything else they brought back, but it's still pretty much 4-player co-op. And then with the Wii U controller, however, they making it interesting. They actually allow you to create some sort of platforms just by touching the Wii U screen monitor system. And so that kind of adds another element into the co-opness. So I find that Wii U is going to make co-op a little bit more interesting in the future. Other than that, I think there was a couple other games for the Wii U's. I can't really quite remember most of them, other than the fact that they also announced Pikmin 3. Finally, like, it's been over a couple years since we last saw a Pikmin game. I'm not really much of a fan of Pikmin, but I kind of will give it a shot. I will probably pick up Pikmin 3 eventually. If I ever do give it a try, I will see about it. There was other games I can't really quite remember that much. Other than that, they showcased a lot of stuff for the 3DS as well. They showcased Luigi's Mansion 2, and they also showcased the new Super Mario Bros. 2 game for the 3DS, which I find that kind of hilarious because that game really loves his coins. Like, the whole style of it is just basically getting a lot of coins. Now, I really just don't know what their idea was going for, but to me, I think that's actually pretty fun. The whole new flower that enables to turn blocks into coins, and then they also brought back the classic Tanuki suit from the Super Mario Bros. 3, which I'm a huge fan of, definitely. So that's kind of cool to see a lot of the old stuff brought back to the new Super Mario Bros. 2. And there was a couple other things that they said in their Nintendo E3, or excuse me, 3DS conference. There was some Pokemon games here and there. They were talking about Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 for such. So, and I'm surprised to say a lot of people were complaining that they might have forgot to announce the new Animal Crossing game. And there was also supposed to be like a Fire Emblem game that they were announcing, but surprisingly, and I was also really surprised to see that they didn't announce anything like new Smash Brothers games that they were talking about, and no new Zelda, of course, which many people were obviously complaining about. I'm not surprised there. So that's a pretty big downer for Nintendo in most parts, but still, I kind of rate Nintendo the second best. Much better than Sony and Microsoft did, and of course some of the other companies, which I really couldn't care less. I didn't really see Konami's or EA's, but I'm not much of an EA person, so yeah. So I guess I can give you my final thoughts of E3. Overall, if I were to rate the performances of the conferences, I would give Ubisoft number 1, Nintendo number 2, Sony, EA, and all those other companies are pretty much dead last, I would say. I feel like Nintendo and Ubisoft were a pretty good job in terms of showcasing some of the games that they had. And just the whole new system of Wii U is going to be a huge point for Nintendo, I would say. Nothing really much new for the systems of Xbox and PlayStation, although I was going to probably suspect something different like the Xbox 720 or the PS4 or something like that. But other than that, I really didn't think they were going to do that this year. But I guess next year we'll see. We'll see what happens next year. Next year is probably going to be the big stuff that they're going to release, and hopefully by then they should have more information about the new Smash Brothers game or any new Zelda games or anything like that. It's just basically my opinions of what's going to happen next year. I really just don't know. I'm not like a psychic or anything, but still. That's just basically my thoughts only and nothing else. So I think this year's E3 was rather weird, but still, overall, I had fun watching them. And there was just some funny moments. Miyamoto pulling out the non-specific action figure, like that's something I always want now. After seeing the non-specific action figure, I couldn't stop laughing. I really couldn't stop laughing. But anyways, that's a little bit off topic now. So I think now the gameplays are going to be over soon. This second gameplay, I just go all nuts with the Strata and the Kanara V. It's crazy. This map is just crazy. There was a lot of like really weird moments of this gameplay. Like a lot of people were just not sure what to do. I feel like there was some like noobs in this game, but still, there was a couple of moments where I thought, okay, I'm getting a lot of double kills here and there, so I guess that means I'm doing a good job. And what do you know? I finally reached level 47, first prestige, which means I unlocked something here. I think I unlocked the Wolf pistol from that moment. But that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this commentary. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!